Well, I don't know if fish are going to be biting or not. But you don't throw, you don't know. I cannot see chat. I posted the link and somehow the screen got big and I can't see anything. Can't click anything. You know what that junky phone gonna do? I'll just look around if I see somebody down in the it's posted the draw. Click the link wants to come in. I'll click them in. I need to figure out a way to keep Shad. I can't see. Does that say Palmetto Cat? I don't have my glasses on, Kevin. I can't see the screen anyway. If it was where I could see it real good. The reason I hope I got some more pre-tied rigs because if I have to hit the eye of the hook, I'm hurting. Started out as a bad trip already. Left my depth finder, fish finder in the truck. Got to my fish spot and realized it. The spot I wanted to scan. Got soaking wet throwing the cast net, get shad. Got my dry clothes. It's bad. So if somebody wants to come in, click that link and I'll let you in because I can't see chat. But we're waiting on a takedown. Look to see it get a hold of that medium light. That'd be the one I want. The monster on. I did get some nice shad though. Some of them about 6, 7 inches long, thick as the palm of your hand. I ain't got them out yet though. Got all chicken out right now. So the bait and switch move, ain't it? I cannot see it. David, Matt, I can't see chat, y'all. My glasses, I don't have them with me, and I'm telling y'all it's bad. Y'all wait till y'all get old. There's only two other boats in the whole entire lake. One of them's pulling boards for crappie. I never heard of that at night. One of them is catfish. He's all the way on the other end of the lake. He's coming down there towards the ramp, which is pretty deep. I don't have my fish finder, but I pretty much know where I'm at. I'm gonna say I'm at least 15 foot deep. But it drops into a 20-foot hole right up there, 23-foot hole. Y'all know I see y'all. I see it moving, but I can't read it. Maybe it was dog sitting. Took Liana with her. Tristan went bowling. Going out to Mexican. Said something about a field party. So I went to Myers, grab some chicken, cast it out, broke it in real good. Didn't throw it about 5 times, but man, I got soaking wet. If anybody wants to come in, click the link. I don't care. We're just sitting here fishing, enjoying God's good creation of these crickets and tree frogs and fish splashing and good friends. It don't get no better. I can't go on living without another fish in the boat. But I'm gonna hire a catfisher. Catch me some big old cat. Cause you sure can't do it. Neither can Ernie Brown. I'm trying to read it, y'all. I don't have no glasses. I just got this feeling there's a big takedown coming. Slinging away, better make sure there ain't nobody in the boat around. They think I'm crazy or not. Probably. In that post, hold on. Take my thumb and hit 3 different buttons before I get the one I want. I had all intentions of pulling boards tonight in the dark. It's dark. I mean, man, no natural light nowhere. I bet it gets foggy tonight. It's already shining the light across the room. It's rising up slowly, gather momentum. I posted the link. If y'all want to come in, you can. If you don't, you don't. That's cool. We'll just sit here and drink coffee and fish. Let's see if a big takedown happens as I pour in this hot cup of coffee. I'll spill it everywhere. I'm jumping up. Well, I got used to throwing that cast net, that other one, it all janky and ripped and sewed back together, zip tied. I made it work for about another 3 trips of fishing. When I got this new one, shoot, get the full 7 foot spread now. 6 foot spread, that's what it is. I'm thinking maybe I should have moved up size just a little bit. I could stand here on the side of the boat with those cast net, probably catch 1,000 shad yearlings and everywhere. I don't know how anybody just say something in the chat so I can see that the service is good. If it's a clear enough picture. If it ain't, be out of here. Might be out of here anyway if that battery don't. Battery. Well, in Kentucky, we say that's a battery. But if I don't see nothing in next bit, there's only two people out here. Ain't it? I can't read that one part. It's me. I'm the only one in there. I see Chrissy said something. I can't see it, Chrissy. I cannot see. I just seen what you said. I need to. And you sound good, look good. Why, thank you, dear. Watch out, Ernie. You hitting on me. I ain't swinging hardly. I ain't ripping too much. Well, Chrissy, there ain't nobody in here, there. I can't see nothing, so I'm gonna go ahead. I can't see. What's it say? Two. I'm going. I think what? Four? Is that a four? Yeah, that's a four. I'm telling you, my glass. I ain't got. Whew, I ain't no. Especially looking at that phone. It's little. I'm gonna have to upgrade to a bigger TV at home. I ain't 10 foot from it now. Ain't that something? You used to go buy a 60-inch TV and it cost you $7,000. You know, you can buy a 60-inch TV for about $350. Hey Matt, I got to telling Tristan when we were sitting up there in that recruiter's office that day that I said, "I want you to look around here, Tristan." I said, "This is the U.S. government installation, and they're using Chinese-made Dell computers and Samsung monitors. You don't think the China people didn't put some kind of virus in there to get a hold of everything they type in them?" He's like, "I didn't think of that." He's before, would you get a computer? I said, "They ain't none of them made in the USA." I can't read what you're saying, bro. I swear, it's just take the helm here watching the movie keeping you running, brother. I appreciate it, man. We're out here just doing our thing. Sometimes you feel like a nut, and sometimes you are a nut. I think I got both of them covered. I reckon I ought to put a big old piece of shad on them. Give it variety. I think I'll do the two odd colored rods, the blue and the white one. Just put the coffee down. Oh, oh, still squirming. There goes. I think we're gonna cook him. Keep him alive. Put him on there alive. Alive. Put him alive. Oh, wiggle, 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 wiggle. I really hope I don't catch a fish on this one. If I do, it's making a little bitty one. I'm using maybe rod. Probably. That piece. That ought to get me a monstrosity, at least a 40. towel go? Mm. I appreciate y'all coming in. You don't have to, hang out. It's just Lee. Oh, I see some. I'm sorry, I see it now. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Sorry.
That's okay. I was trying to get in, but it wouldn't let me in on my laptop. It kept telling me it wouldn't connect, and I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with it. So just being a pain.
It might be my service.
No, it's probably this laptop. It's getting old. Just gotta be a pain in the butt.
Well, I just know that if I go another 100 yards up this cove, I have no service.
Hey, it's crazy how service is. Well, 1 minute it's there, and the next minute it's gone.
Well, I'm sitting here right now, and it's showing 4 bars. I mean, but I go another 100 yards up there past them stumps, and it's no service at all.
That's the way it is at that one place Ernie likes to fish at all the time, the one I call the mud hole. You fish at one end of it and it's fine. You fish at the other end of it and it's spotty.
Is it a pretty good sized lake, though?
It's not bad. I mean, people have caught some nice fish out of there. If you know who Minnow Dunkers has been in your live before, right?
Who?
Minnow Dunkers.
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought for sure he'd been in there before.
Well, he may have. I can't remember.
He does a lot of tournament fishing, and he's fished a lot of tournaments at that lake. And he says he's caught big flatheads out of there. I've seen pictures of big flatheads that supposedly come out of there, but I don't want to call the man a liar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just I've not seen anything that big come out. So, and Murillo's in here.
Michael Murillo
Yeah,
family. The Murillo
you have
family.
you have 4 people in here. It says.
Whoop, whoop. Well, I just shoot, Chrissy. I brought me a mat to sleep on, with a small pillow. I said I might just stay out here all night long and set these clickers on and crash out.
Oh wow,
I
now
got a blanket.
that is something I cannot do is sleep on the water.
Dude, I'll turn that light off, turn them clickers on, go leave marker lights on, go straight to sleep. There ain't nobody else out here. I'd say them other guys done gone. I ain't seen them for
I
4
think
years.
Ernie could do that, but I can't. I've always had a fear of drowning. And that's the reason we have a pontoon and not anything smaller because I've always been scared of drowning on the boat.
Can you swim?
Yep,
But then if you fall and hit your head, that don't help you.
yep. That's what I've always said too. That's my thing with that is I always say, uh, but if you hit your head, you ain't swimming nowheres.
There's been right where I'm sitting at. I personally have not caught a lot of fish through here. And I pulled boards through here and caught one or two in the teeners, but I know other people that sit within 15, 20 feet of where I'm sitting at and throwing the same place I'm throwing. They've caught some big fish.
Now I've caught some real nice crappie from that lake.
I took my dad
Anywhere.
a couple of weeks ago. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, I took Dad. Well, me and the boys, his sons. You know, he said that's the first time, and I think he said 40 over a little over 40 years that he's had all his sons under the same roof sleeping.
Oh wow.
'Cause
I
we
bet
got a
that
cabin that
I bet
stayed in
that
a
was
cabin
more of
down
a
there.
I bet that was more of a blessing than catching the fish.
Seeing Dad's face reel that striper in, that was, I'd have gave my right hand to see that.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, those stripers are fun. I caught that striper in West Virginia, and even though it wasn't really big, I had a blast catching that thing.
Dad's was 36 and something inches long.
We didn't really measure mine or weigh it, but we didn't have no scales with us. Of course, we didn't have our own. I don't even know if we had our own tackle box with us, to be honest with you. But
I'm 53 years old, and that's the first time I've ever seen him fish in my entire. I mean, I remember going when I was little, but I don't remember him fishing. You know,
right
I don't remember seeing Dad fish. And I
now,
was
my
there,
dad would fish.
but to actually remember something him fishing, this is the first time, and that's probably been 48, 49 years ago.
Yeah, them's gonna be memories you'll keep for a lifetime.
You know, and I thought I got it all on GoPro.
Ah,
And when I got home and plugged the GoPro in, I did get the video of him catching a fish, but I had like other videos of my brothers and me and Dad doing it again, and it says corrupted file.
oh no. I hate when the electronics go bad, man. You just lose so much.
Well, this was a GoPro. This probably should have been thrown away, to be honest with you, but because it's so old. The fish snatcher is that? A big old log.
My dad would always go fishing, but he took my brother, but he never did take us. Us girls, I mean, he let us fish, I don't know, maybe once or twice when we was growing up. But, we come from a different time, and dad just didn't think that, it was ladylike for a girl to fish.
You know, there's a picture a lot of people have had on their walls. It's got this boy in bibbed overalls packing a cane pole with fish
Yep,
hanging off of it. You ever remember seeing that picture?
yep.
My mom has got a picture of me and my papa, and I was about 6 years old walking beside him packing a cane pole and him packing the tackle box, and us walking behind the barn to go catch some bluegill.
Oh, wow.
I can remember crossing the gate just vaguely. You know, there's certain things that you can remember, you know. I also remember my uncle put me in a cab of an old Ford pickup truck. He's like, "We're gonna ride to the back of the farm, all right?" He was my uncle, but he was only like 10 years older than I was. I was only like 6 or 7, so he had to be 16 or 17 years old, you know. And we got back there, and he jerked out a big cigarette. He fired it up. He looked over at me and said, "Don't you be telling mom and daddy now that I stole a cigarette, all right? As a matter of fact, you're gonna take a draw too." And I can remember him handing me that cigarette, and I was like, I don't want it. He said, smoke it.
That way, if you smoked it, you couldn't tell on him.
Yeah, I know it. God rest his soul, man. Was about 60, in his 60s, and early 60s. Drugs got him.
Oh man. But you know, drugs don't discriminate, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Some people keep it hid well, you
he
know,
didn't.
and I'm not saying that,
He didn't. He didn't care.
but there's families who have people who are on drugs in their family and they don't want people to know. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Some families hide it well,
Yeah.
and you'd never know. And you think that they're sitting there looking down their noses at you when they're really not. They just they're just so ashamed of it. I'm proud of my son. He's a recovering addict. He's come a long way.
Well, congratulations.
He's been clean. I think he hit his 3 year mark in June or July.
Well, this coming New Year's up. I think what is it, February or April? I can't remember the exact date now. I would have it memorized. It'll be 3 years for me.
I mean, you'd think I'd have my son's memorized, but he has it. You know what I mean?
I I don't I don't know. I try. A lot of times I think, man, I want to remember that date because it was good and grand and everything. But then I also want to forget it because I know what it reminds me of, and I like them too much. So I try not to. Sometimes I don't know. I talk about it a lot, but
I think it helps when you talk about it. My
I have
son,
never stood up in front of nobody or talked in front of hardly any crowd since probably high school. You know, and once I've got to a point up there in that rehab place, after a couple of days, man, you see people, hear people's stories and see their stories, and you think, man, I was bad, but man, I wasn't that bad. And he can talk about him, why can't I?
right?
Man, I thought I had some bad stories, man, but I'm telling you what, I was in there with people that was way farther gone than what I was. But I also know that an addict's an addict, no matter what he's doing.
That's right. My sister's pretty far gone. I missed her something awful.
I got an aunt. She's probably 70 something years old, and she don't weigh probably 95 pounds. And she likes that speed so much. She's done so much speed in her entire life. I mean, she goes and gets that over the counter stuff too when she can't find the good stuff,
Yeah.
like the pills and stuff like that. That she don't eat for days. They have to make her sit down and eat because she's constantly just going. And mom was telling me the other day they'll probably find her just here pretty soon because she's getting bad.
Yeah, that's what I always think about my sister is I'm gonna get a knock on the door any day. And there ain't nothing I can do.
Yeah,
I've begged her. I've given her a place to stay.
they gotta
She'd tell
want
me,
to, Chrissy.
she'd tell me she was clean and then she'd get here and she'd get high and she knew I didn't allow it here and Like I said, I miss her something awful.
And if you don't take them somewhere, they'll walk
Yep, that's
10,
right. So,
12 miles.
or have somebody else come and get them.
I wouldn't give them the phone or take them nowhere. I woke up and my front door was open. They gone. There was something chasing them shad. I got a big live shad. Well, it was live, right where that was at. And this flow is about 14 foot deep out there, and I got it floated up about 2 foot off the bottom.
Yeah. You think they'd be biting good tonight?
Oh, they will. They'll take off here in a minute, and I won't be able to handle it because I ain't got a dip net. I got a set of grippers, knuckles. I don't think about that till I get out here to set up like this. I'm like, crap.
Right. So you lost your net, right?
Yeah, well, me and Amy put it in the boat,
Yeah.
in the same place we always do. We drove, but I did hit 75 and 80 mile an hour down the interstate. But I've
Me and
done
Er-
it before.
me and Ernie lost ours one time, and we got all the way out to the lake, which is about 45, 50 minutes from here, and it was on the boat, and we were getting ready to take the boat out, and Ernie said, well, "Where'd my net go?" And I'm
Oh,
like, "Oh man!" So I drove back to find it, and I had to come. You know how close I got to home? 5 miles from our house is where it blew out.
you're lucky you got it back.
Yeah, very lucky we got it back. So luckily no one else had stopped and picked it up, and I come all the way back, and we had forgot something else here at the house that really didn't matter. But since I was so close, I just come on out and got it too because I was only 5 miles away.
Yeah.
I went back and Ernie's like, "You went to the house?" And I'm like, "Look, the net was 5 miles from the house. Why shouldn't I go?"
Well, yeah, if I was only 5 miles from the house, and 10 more miles ain't gonna matter.
Yep.
See, Amy's got a bad habit that when we're done fishing, on the way back to the dock or the truck or whatever we're headed, she starts cleaning the boat, picking up trash, putting stuff up, and rod socks on, and which is good. It's kind of like a little system we got. But then she got to the point where she was taking stuff out of the boat and putting it in the back of the truck. Well, I don't know how many times I'd get out fishing, I'd start looking for my tackle box. Well, it was in the back of the truck.
Oh wow.
But it's just a little routine we kind of got to do our
Yeah,
thing.
we do that too on the way back to the dock. I'll be cleaning up and putting everything in where we need it to reach it and try to set her, and Ernie will start hollering at me, "You need to sit down for your fall. You need to sit down for your fall." Because I mean, I got that bad leg and I do. I stumble around a lot.
Hey, Amy come that close of falling out of the boat up there at Taylorsville.
I
I
know, she told
mean,
me.
the bruise on her thigh of that right there, it's that lid right there. It's perfectly like that bruise is.
Oh, is
It
that
was
what she
leaning
landed
just
on?
aside. When she put all her weight down, it went right on top of that, right on her
Oh,
thigh.
you know that hurt.
She kept all the way in the dark. She'd be sitting back there and she'd say, "Shine that light over here. Look at my leg." I said, "It ain't gonna fall off. Wet." But it hurt. Well, there ain't nothing I can do about it. If you won't go to the hospital, I'll take you to the hospital. I ain't that bad. Well, then shut up. Uh, It's fish. I was fighting the fish and trying to keep her from falling in all at the same time.
Yeah, she's lucky she didn't fall in the water.
If it hadn't been for that bimini top, she would have gone. She was gone. I mean, because I didn't really realize what was going on until she got within 3 inches of my face, falling in, trying to go in, dragging me with it.
She was pulling out all stops on the way out.
It's like my legs asleep. She jumped up when I said, "Amy, fish on." She jumped up when her leg was asleep. Boy, she went straight that way.
Oh man. And we've all done that, jump up and our leg be asleep and go to take a step.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've all done it. I done it here not long ago. I almost found myself face on the floor.
I finally got her to watch a halfway scary movie the other night.
Oh, I don't watch that.
There's a new movie out called The Black Phone.
Yeah.
It's not really scary, but it has potential. It's pretty
Right.
good.
I don't watch scary movies, and they've tried to watch them a few times and get me to watch them with them, especially the kids. The last time they tried to watch a scary movie with me, I think my daughter-in-law was pregnant with the oldest grandbaby, and he is now 13. And we were all sitting on the couch. I don't even remember what they were watching. And my son was like, "Mom, that's really not a scary movie. I don't know why you do that." But I kept jumping and hollering, and they started watching me. And at one point, something scared me so bad, I went over the back of the couch. And they laughed so hard at me. And my son told his wife, he said, "Just turn it off." He said, "We can't watch it for her." He said, "We're watching her." I said, "Well, at least you got a comedy."
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do well. Ernie watches NCIS. I mean, and that's not even a scary movie. It's not a scary show. It's just a detective show, you know?
Yeah. I used to watch it all the time. I ain't watched it in a long time though.
Something will happen on there and I'll jump out of my skin and Ernie will just die laughing in the bedroom.
I look over there and Amy be sound asleep.
Oh, I can't sleep with the TV on. But that's what'll happen is I'll go back there and Ernie will be watching like NCIS or something like that, something to that nature, 48 hours. And 48 hours is mostly reruns now, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I'll go back there to get into bed and then the TV will still be on and I'll turn over and it'll be on and I'll sit there and I'll start to watch it because, I mean, it's on. And I don't really watch TV that much. But I'll be laying there and I can't sleep. I can't sleep with it on and I just don't want to get back up and turn it off. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I don't want to wake Ernie up and have him turn it off because he's sleeping too good. So I'll lay there and try to go to sleep watching it, and then something will happen. Somebody will jump out or something, and I'll jump plumb out of my skin. And while Ernie's awake then, and he is like, "What's going on?"
Now, one of the kids used to go into the menu on the TV, and they had a timer, and they would set the timer, and then they would fall asleep with MTV or something, CMT playing.
Yeah. That's what I need to do is set Ernie's up on a timer so that way, and it probably wouldn't even be on when I'd go in there because he's
halfway through a show, he'd be laying there watching it get kick off, and he'd wake you up, go turn it back on.
not even halfway through it. He probably falls asleep probably within 10 minutes after he goes to bed.
That sounds like Amy. If she can be at 8-10 minutes, she's out snoring.
Yeah.
Then say, "I wasn't asleep." Oh, well, yeah, you was.
And that's what Ernie does. I wasn't asleep. He'll go back there at 6 o'clock in the evening, which he stayed up a little bit later tonight until I got home from church. But he went back there as soon as I got home, and I bet you he was asleep in 10 minutes. I bet. But he'll go back there sometimes at 6 o'clock, and I'll go back there at 6:20 or 6:30, and he'll be sound asleep. Then he'll wake up about 9 or 10, and he'll come through here, and I'll be like, "Was you sleeping good?" He'll say, "Well, I wasn't asleep." I'm like, "Well, how many times have I been back there?" None. And I have maybe been back there 3 or 4 times since he went to bed.
I hope you don't have the same habit Amy's got. I could be laying there sound asleep, and she'll like be doing some laundry or something, and go to put it up and flip the light on. I'm laying there sound asleep, rattling hangers. What are you doing? Laundry. Something you should have done earlier.
That's funny.
Well, I did put them in the dryer.
The only time I do that is when he makes me mad. If he'd make me mad, I'd probably do something like that, just to be just to be irritating him. Go in there making noises or something. I don't really turn on the light though because I don't know. I just never do that.
I could be sound asleep, and she'll climb to bed, and the first thing she does is throw her cold feet on.
No, I used to Ernie like that all the time.
Wake me up. Boom. Like, who put the ice cubes behind my knees?
That's what I mean by when I say, and I know you've probably heard me say it or seen me say it in your chat. Kick Ernie out of bed.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not literally talking about putting my feet on him and pushing him out. All I have to do is touch him because my feet are like ice.
I know that. Yep, just like Amy.
Yep, they stay cold. Been like that for since I can remember.
Come on, fishy, fishy, fishy. I'm dedicated to this spot right here. I'm not moving.
Well, maybe you'll get lucky. Is Amy out there with you tonight?
Now she's dog sitting, but the thing is, she ain't 2 miles from me.
Oh wow.
I tried to get her to come out, and she's like, "It's been a rough day. I'll be asleep by 8 or 8:30 if I can help. If I can." I said, "Well, you may come. I'm gonna stay out all night. You may come get you about 4 in the morning." She said,
Oh wow.
"No." I said, "I'm just gonna stay out here till the sun comes up tomorrow."
Yeah, 4 in the morning. I don't think I'd want to go either.
That's the best time to get out here. That morning bite, where you're already pulling boards and getting sand in the water early morning.
Now, if I was
I
going to go
was
fishing early in the morning, I'd definitely be getting my rear end into bed early.
There's a couple guys I know, two different. They went down 2 different trips. One of them went down Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The other one, he came back home. And then the other one's down there Thursday, today, and tomorrow. And between both of them, they caught over 40 something fish this week.
Oh wow.
Down in Tennessee, Watts
Uh,
Bar.
Ernie's wanting to go fishing. We should try to get out and go too. I just hate bank fishing after we've had that boat for so long. We don't seem to do very good bank fishing anymore. But we changed a lot of things, how we tie our rigs. I went back to tying them pretty much the old way the last few times we went out. But we
Hey,
just
you know
wasn't
what
doing
I'm
any
doing?
good.
I'm doing exactly what I used to do. I'm not doing anything that I learned off nothing other than circle hooks.
We put circle hooks on and everything, and I'm telling you, I don't know. I miss more fish with circle hooks than I do anything. I don't know if I just get too excited and I don't give them enough time because I keep thinking I'm gonna lose them, or I just don't do any good with those circle hooks. I could be a little bit impatient though, so
Trying to see my phone battery, which I can't read nothing. I'm telling you, I'm blind in the back, Chrissy.
you didn't bring no glasses with you?
No, and I can't see Chad. I can't. Oh, it says 66%, and then it's in the box down there, and that says 64. So we should be good because it was only like 75 when I started. It's
So
10,
that's not too
10:30.
bad. That's not too bad at all. Sounds like the
It's the
phone's
same
holding
when you do
charge
it your
pretty
phone. It
good.
wouldn't work the other day.
I know, but you was out in the sun the other day, and I'm gonna tell you that sun will zap that battery.
Well, I had a couple of days there. It would not charge at all. I mean, I went through. I got 3 or 4 different cords laying around the house, and drawers and everything else, and I went through all 3 of them. None of them would seem like it would charge. So I just left it sitting one night, and it completely died. Woke up the next morning. Amy plugged it up and left it laying on the counter. At 9 o'clock, it was 100% charged, and I ain't had a problem with it.
Maybe it just needed to do that. I was trying to think of what it was that I used to have that you used to have to run it dead every so often before you recharged it. Or it would lessen the lifespan of the battery. I don't remember what it was.
They say if you get a new phone, you'll set and charge it 100% before you fire it up and open it up. And then you
Mhm.
use it, set it up or whatever, but you'll get twice the battery out of it. But I never wait. I always just go ahead and set the phone up and then set it on charge somewhere. I don't know what difference that makes. I've heard that.
I've heard that too, but I don't know if it makes a difference.
The dew has fell. It's soaked. Everything is soaking wet.
Because when you go to those places and you buy a phone and they set it up for you, they don't do it. They just pull it straight out of the box and set it up.
Yeah.
And it'll only have like some of them 25% or something.
They know that we'll probably need another phone in about a year or so.
Yeah. Hey, local 252, welcome in.
252. No fish yet. The white rod and the blue rod have shad. The other has chicken, and I'm anchored up, and I'm married to this spot right here. I ain't moving all night long. I don't care. I'll go to sleep here for a while. I got the clickers on the drag set. Let them pull. Wake me up.
That'd be a way to wake up, wouldn't it?
Well, Big Jim, Catfish Jim, my buddy, the old man Jim, comes out here. He comes out here on that pontoon. He sleeps out here and everything. That's what they done down in Tennessee in 3 days.
Slept on the pontoon.
Sleep right on the pontoon.
Wow.
Comes a boat creeping around over there.
Ernie used to fish so much when him and I first got together. That was about the only way you could wake him up was with the sound of a reel. He'd lay down in the rocks and go to sleep. I mean, it's no wonder his back's messed up.
Any big deer hanging around up there?
It's pretty nice ones. He said he was going to send you pictures. Did he send you pictures?
No, reckon.
He might have forgot. By the time you signed off today, he might have forgot. I'll remind him.
Hold on, Chris. You had me looking around for my phone. He'd send you pictures. I was sitting there looking around with my phone.
That's a good one. Yeah, I usually go by the, I go through the card out of the camera, and I'll send him the pictures. And then he shares them with who he wants to share them with. He said he was going to send them to you the other day. Yesterday. But he probably forgot. Or it might have been today when you were on, he said that.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a slow night. So.
It took me all day to get his medicine.
How many people them in there, Chrissy? 4?
5. I started calling on Monday to get his prescription. 2 of them took care of. Get a refills done on. They put refills on everything but 2 of his medicines. That don't make no sense why they do the things they do.
Well, look at how many of the dates it is. Some of them might be 90 days.
No, they weren't. 30-day supply. It just didn't make any sense at all.
I keep getting phone calls from Humana wanting me to do the mail pharmacy.
Yeah, they say if you do it through mail, they usually will send you like a 90-day supply.
See, that's what Mom and Dad does now. They started doing that, and shoot, Chrissy, they started sending them coupons for 3 gallons of milk and 3 loaves of bread and 3 bags of $10 worth of vegetables. But they're senior citizens too, so
might be worth it though. It don't matter though. They'd probably send you the same coupons if you had signed up.
Yeah. So I've been thinking about it.
But I never get
medicines, and they want 2 of them fill. Let's say, example, today. The other one wouldn't fill for another 2 weeks. They're off kilter there.
That's the way Ernie's is right now. All of his heart medicines and blood pressure medicines, and he's on like 13 pills of a morning and 11 pills in the evening.
Jeez.
And most of them are heart medicines and blood pressure medicines to keep his heart under control. And the one pill is a blood thinner because he's got blood clots. And that's the thing with AFib. If you go into AFib, it can cause blood clot. It throws blood clots through the body. Well, that Eliquis, which is the blood thinner. He
in the garage working around then, because if he gets cut, he won't stop bleeding.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling him. But that Eliquis is $565 for a 30-day supply. And they said last month when we first got it, they give me a card to get a free month supply, a 30-day trial. And then they give me an application to fill out for the company that makes Eliquis to give us either a discount or free. Some people get it free, some people just get it for $50 or something. So we turned this application in, and the nurse or the secretary at the doctor's office who was supposed to handle this uh, left it lay on her desk all week, all month.
Oh,
So,
I've
and
been
she's been
real
gone,
sick.
and she's been gone for 2 weeks now. So it didn't get done. So I was all day long. I walked through the door at 6:20 this evening, just enough time to get clothes on to go to church. And they still didn't get the application took care of, but they called in a different medicine to control the blood clots until then.
Sound like somebody's on 2 different pages.
Yeah, and the two medicines that were he was out of with no refill on, I called Monday about that. 5 days to get refills put on 2 prescriptions. And I literally called them every day because they weren't doing it. I'm like, he's going to run out. And he ran out Wednesday. And I told him that. I'm like, look, he's out of medicine now. So they finally called it in yesterday, but didn't tell me they called it in.
Uh,
Well, it wouldn't have done any good anyway because Kroger's had to order the medicine. So it didn't come in until 3:30 today.
that's the Kroger down here. Their pharmacy, they're good for that too.
Yeah.
Not having it in stock. Oh well, we got 15 of them.
Yeah.
If I take the 15, then I got to pay for the rest of them out of pocket. In 15 days.
Yeah, they did that last month when he first got out of the hospital. They ran me to death for the first 3 or 4 days he was out. I made I don't know how many trips between Kroger's home to Kroger's to home and then to the doctor's office to pick this or that up. And I was so frustrated after the third day, I was ready to throw my hands up. If it had been for myself, I wouldn't have done it. I'd have give up. But because it was for him, I just kept going.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad he's feeling a little bit better. He still needs to be careful. He ain't out of the woods yet.
No, he's not. He's still in AFib. They still haven't got that figured out. So they sent that stupid heart monitor they sent us the wrong thing. It won't even work because we don't have cell service here, so it don't work. It just sets and beeps all night long because it's not in service, so it's not recording anything. And it just keeps throwing an error.
They sent me home one time. It was about this last year with one of those. When I was in the office, they put it on.
Yeah.
And she said, "Now you got to wear it for 3 days or something like that."
Mhm.
And she said, "But do not take a shower until tomorrow afternoon." And the glue was set, and you should be good. Just don't put direct water directly on it. I said, "Okay." Well, I waited till the next night before I went to bed. I took a shower. Before I got out of the shower, it fell off. Well, I tried to put it back on, tape it back on with different tape that I had. Went to bed, woke up, and it was off. Taped it back on, tried to wear it all day long. It falling off. Finally, I just took it off and laid it up on the counter. Then about the third day, I just never went back to that doctor. It went almost a week and a half, and they called. We're not getting any readings on your heart monitor. I ain't had it on in 8 days. What'd you do with it? I said, well, I threw it in the garbage.
Oh gosh.
I did. She's like, oh my God. She said, can you get that back? I was like, no, the garbage is ran. It's gone. She was like, well, okay then. It's hung up. I don't know whether I got heart problems or not.
Hey Curtis, welcome in.
I can't say I was Squirtus.
Yeah, so I called that number this morning because last night that machine alarmed all night long. So I called them and they was like, well, if you don't have self-service, they ordered the wrong thing.
Looks
I'm
like
like,
they
well,
get you one that can hook to your Wi-Fi.
yeah, it wouldn't even do that. It came with the heart monitor and it came with a little cell phone with it that you couldn't do anything on but report or pull up the number to call the technical support. I
Well,
couldn't even put my Wi-Fi information in it, and if I could, then it wouldn't have been a problem. But since I couldn't, the company told him to just take it off and rebox it up and ship it back. They had a envelope and everything pre-postage for FedEx, so I got it sitting here on the table. I have to call FedEx to come and get it. But the doctor has now
that's a 3 or
ordered,
4 day turnaround.
yeah, and the doctor has now ordered a Holter monitor instead of this one, which is what he should have ordered in the first place.
Yeah.
And if he would have took half a second just to explain what he was doing, I could have told him that it won't work out here. I was so frustrated today. I told Ernie it'd take me 5 minutes to put him in the truck and take him to Columbus to a different heart doctor.
How much further is that?
That's an hour away. So it's and the hospital that he goes to now is 30 minutes away. So just another 30 minutes. But I'm not going to go through this every month like this. This is uncalled for. They should be more organized than they are.
They're more worried about billing the insurance than anything.
Yep. I won't play their games. I'll take him up to OSU. They have better heart doctors up there anyway.
Well, like
That's where
Dale
Curtis had his heart done up at OSU.
got a guy that goes to church with named Dale, and he had a heart attack. And the doctor here in Richmond gave him like what Ernie's doing, taking, 15, 20 pills in one day.
Yep.
And he just kept feeling worse and was weak. And man, he could sit down or lay down on his side, and his side would bruise once he started taking that medicine.
Oh wow.
Just by laying down, if he laid on something, over a cushion under his ribs or something, on his shoulders and under his arm, he would bruise. And he decided to go to a different doctor in Lexington over at UK. And that doctor's like, man, you can't, if that's the medicine that you're taking, he said, you can't take that. He said, got rid of like 9 of them. He's doing good now.
See, and I think they kept saying that the one medicine that Ernie was on, the antibiotic, he was allergic to it. I'm not sure it's the antibiotic he's allergic to. He's been off of it for 2 weeks and he's still got the same reaction going on.
It might take it that long to get out of his system too.
Well, maybe. I mean, he's still having a pretty bad reaction, so I know if it ain't no better by Monday, I'll probably call his doctor and take him in. Okay, Matt. Matt said he's still here watching. Said he's still.
Well, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be on here because we ain't catching no fish, and I got a pillow and a blanket laying right there that's calling my name.
Mhm.
I'll flip this camera off, turn this thing off, the light off, move his seat right here, and I'll be right there on the floor, sound asleep. If that pterodactyl don't land in the boat. That's funny. The loon's catching more fish than I am. Y'all know me. I'm usually in the bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm
I
feeling
know.
this already, and it's 10. What? It's 11 o'clock now, ain't it?
Ernie goes to bed before you do. I'm shocked that you're still up. Oh wow. I'm surprised Ernie stayed up until I got home from church.
Well, if you hadn't probably been here talking to me, be honest with you, I'd have probably been asleep.
Probably. I know I'm getting tired too, so I'm not going to be on too much longer. I have had a long day.
Yeah.
I'm just thankful that they were able to work something out. So he's got blood thinner medicine for the next 10 days. So
Well, if
but
y'all need anything, Christy, don't hesitate to call, okay, and ask.
yeah, that nurse that got on the case today, well, she's been on it for the last couple of days working on it. When she found those papers today still on that one's desk, she was not happy. She said that she's going to take over his case. She said, so from now on, anything that he needs, I'm to talk to her and she'll take care of it.
That's good. That's real good.
Which, I mean, she was on it. She sent that paperwork in and that company called me and they was like, well, we have a problem with the application. We couldn't see the whole date where he signed it. And they couldn't see the whole page where the doctor filled out their information. So I called her right back and told her what was going on. She told me she'd refax it right then. And I said, just mark out the date and redate it. I said, just put the same date on there so they can see it. I said, it'll be good. Because they would not do it. I told them up there to do it. She's like, we can't do that. He has to do it. I told the nurse, I said, mark it out and put the date on there. I did not want to drive all the way back to Chillicothe.
Yeah.
Because that's another 30 minutes in the opposite direction of going to get his medicine.
Ooh.
Yeah, because his medicine was in Circleville. So yeah, I was pretty tired. I'm pretty tired tonight. But I got him squared away for the next 10 days, so that's all that matters. Is that he has his medicine.
Well, if I woke up in the middle of the night and the fish are biting like crazy, I'll go back live no matter what. So put your thumbs up, y'all, and hit that subscribe button and click all. When you live here something, Lee's catching fish.
I haven't been turning my phone off here lately.
Might hear me snoring if I have to go that.
I don't know. I haven't been turning it off. My daughter-in-law's been sick. And just one of them things that you just don't do when somebody's sick or something. She suffers from severe allergies.
Yeah. Well, Chrissy, I think I'm gonna end it out.
All righty.
All right, y'all sleep tight. If y'all need anything, give us a call, and then I'll probably see y'all tomorrow sometime.
All right. You have a good night.
All right, we'll see everybody later. Appreciate y'all coming in. Thank y'all.
Yep.